Today we're looking at the Ancheer under the desk elliptical. Now this is a really interesting thing. It's made to go under the desk. It's super portable, but let me tell you some of the features and my experience with it so far. It does fit in a really small space. It has a handle that you can carry it with, and that same handle you can put the remote control in, which is really cool. The power cord comes off, and so it's really easy to transport it. It's not that heavy either, but it is definitely sturdy. I mean, it's got some guts in there. It's solid. It easily fits under my desk, so I can just leave it here, and then I use it when I come in the morning and when I leave. When you hear that it's an elliptical, you might think, well, that's great, I'm going to lose a bunch of weight. Maybe not so much, because this isn't the elliptical where you're up and you're using your whole body. This really is just moving your legs. And so think about this as something that would be great for physical therapy, if you have neuropathy, or if you just need to get blood circulating in your legs. That's where it's come in most handy for me. Is first thing in the morning I'll come in and just get moving, and that's really great. Then throughout the day, just to get moving again, I can do that because I'm here in the office for long periods of time, and so that's really, really helpful. It also is really great if you have done exercise and maybe you're cramping or you're stiff, and it gets you circulating that way. And so that's where I found that it's really been useful. While it does have a calorie count, and it keeps track of distance, and it does a bunch of things like that, those aren't as helpful just because this isn't going to be like a legit workout. You're not going to break a sweat using it. Maybe you will if you go really hardcore. But I found that it's best just for when I come in and I'm reading the paper and I'm just hanging out at my desk. That's really great. Now let me show you a few things here on the remote. You'll see that I can change the direction, and I have to be close enough to do that. So if I change the direction, it stops, and then it starts going again in the opposite direction, which is really cool, because if you've been doing it for a while, you'll want to switch direction. Now you can change the speeds. I think I'm on speed 1 right now, so it's going pretty slow, but let's speed it up. So it has 5 speeds. You'll notice that as I sped it up, it's a little bit louder. It's still really quiet. I don't feel like I'm disturbing anyone that's walking by or anything. Even with people here in the office, it's not disruptive because it's relatively quiet. And so that's a really nice feature. When you look at it, it has 3 automatic modes, so it's self-propelled right now. I usually don't even need it plugged in, and I don't need it on, because even if it's off, you'll see it still allows you to use it manually, and it's loose. Now, the only problem with it not being on is if you want to change directions, you actually have to turn it on to change directions. And so that's one thing to consider. But most of the time, I don't need it on. I can just use it throughout the day and leave it down there, and that's really great. It does keep track of distance, and the way it does that is it doesn't do it in miles or anything. It just, every rotation it counts, and so you can count your rotations. It does keep track of calories, although you're not burning a lot more calories than just sitting, but that does add up. I did some calculations. I thought if it just activates your body and gets it, really that kind of will boost your metabolism, and say maybe that only results in an extra 5 calories in an hour. So if just a resting, you're burning 100 calories, and using this, you're burning 105. That doesn't seem like a big deal unless you use it a lot. If it's just normal to have that running while you're in the office, that can add up to, 25, 30, 40 calories a day. And over a long period of time, like over the course of a year, that could result in a pound or 2 that you keep off. And so while I wouldn't use this for weight loss, you are burning more calories than just sitting, and so that's really great. I've been pretty happy with it so far. I didn't know quite what to expect, but it has been good, just because stuck in the office all the time, you need to get moving. So I've enjoyed it. Hope that review was helpful for you. Thanks. Bye.